It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Scattered showers and storms will focus along a cold front with much of the rainfall that occurs over the northeast and mid-Atlantic, mostly beneficial due to current drought conditions, but some of that rain that develops over parts of the lower Mississippi Valley could generate flash flooding following a rare excessive rainfall event. A deep area of low pressure will bring periods of heavy coastal rain and high elevation snowfall for portions of the Pacific Northwest before spilling out into the northern Rockies, Great Basin, and northern California. There's going to be a lull before another, more potent system brings excessive rainfall and heavy snowfall potential to the region midweek. A predominant ridge-like pattern is going to promote above-average temperatures for much of the lower 48 this week. Shortwave energy is going to bring cooler conditions to the west, both today and tomorrow, while the East Coast experiences high temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above average. Dry and windy conditions could lead to fires over portions of southern New England. Closer to home, high temperatures will remain a little above average most days with little to no chances for precipitation. Each afternoon is going to have light winds with two exceptions. Tomorrow, expect a breezy afternoon, and we're going to be breezy again on Friday, possibly Saturday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. This past Friday, an Otero County jury found Dominic De La O guilty of the 2023 murder of Alamogordo police officer Anthony Ferguson. During the trial, 21 witnesses testified about what they saw the day of the murder. The incident began with a traffic stop at 9th and Puerto Rico. Two people exited that stopped car and approached the officer. Prosecutors say that's when De La O jumped into the car and drove off. Police officers began driving after De La O, who then crashed into a light pole. Prosecutors say De La O then got out of the car holding a sawed-off shotgun and ran off. De La O then shot Officer Anthony Ferguson, who was airlifted to UMC in El Paso, but he died the next day. De La O's sentencing hearing is scheduled to happen on November 12th at 9 a.m. That is tomorrow. He faces up to life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus 8 years and 361 days. The National Institutes of Health decided to relocate nearly 24 retired research chimpanzees from the Alamogordo Primate Facility located at Holloman Air Force Base to a sanctuary in Louisiana, a move celebrated Friday by animal advocates who have been fighting for years to get those animals moved. Gene Grant, the Chief Program and Policy Officer for Animal Protection New Mexico, spoke with KRQE.
We've been waiting a long time. I mean, a long time. Multiple decades for this word.
New Mexico was once home to a large colony of captive-bred chimpanzees brought to the state for space travel testing. Later, the colony was expanded for use with drug testing and infectious disease research. Animal Protection New Mexico has pressed for the chimpanzees' freedom for about 30 years. As a reminder, city offices will be closed today in observance of Veterans Day. Now that the blue front is over 90% contained, there will be no further updates on the progress. The fire is located around 4 miles west of Alto, 9 miles northwest of Ruidoso, and began on October 28th, then grew to 323 acres. No damage to structures were reported and no injuries. We want to extend a heartfelt thank you to all that helped extinguish the blaze. The Tularosa Veterans Day ceremony takes place this morning at 11 a.m. at 701 South Bookout and Highway 70. Impact Together community meeting will be happening this Wednesday at 5:30 at Runner's Refuge, 601 Delaware Avenue, for discussion around homelessness in Otero County. The Thanksgiving Lunch with Your Student at Alamogordo is taking place on Wednesday, November 20th for high school, 21st for middle schools, 22nd for elementary, $7 a meal, turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, cranberry sauce, green beans, and apple crisp. Tickets must be purchased online no later than November 15th. Details are on the Alamogordo Public Schools Facebook page. I hear what you're saying. Your kid goes to Tularosa. Well, they're doing it too. A feast of gratitude and togetherness. Have lunch with your student. Tularosa's having their meal on November 21st. Grade level times will be announced a little closer to the day. Price is $5 per adult, and tickets are limited to 2 tickets per child. And those tickets are on sale now, but today is the last day. The Tularosa Christmas Festival takes place December 7th. The Christmas Bazaar is from 9 until 5. The Light Parade from 6 until 7:30. The Street Dance from 8 until 10. All these events are free. We spoke with Chris Rupp.
It's about bringing the communities together this time of year. That's really what it's ultimately about. And we have decided to waive the parade fee for this year. The reason being is We understand that the economy is not the greatest, and at that time of the year, the funds are low. And so the whole point of this is to bring people together. So we are just completely waiving the fee for the parade.
Proceeds are going to benefit the Tularosa Kiwanis Club. If you have any questions, 575-430-1002. Well, today is Monday. It's time for a pup date from Animal Village NM.
Hi, this is Sunny Harris with this week's pup date from Animal Village NM. During the recent fires and floods, our community faced an unprecedented need to care for displaced animals. Thanks to the tireless work of our team, the generosity of our long-term monthly sponsors, and support from everyone who visited our Christmas Jubilee booth, we are now able to help more pets in need. This incredible support means so much to us, and today we're excited to announce a special opportunity, 10 free spay-neuter surgeries for low-income pet owners, available this month only. The first 10 pet owners with an EBT or Medicaid card or other proof of income who register will receive free spay-neuter surgeries for their pets. Registration is open tomorrow, Tuesday, November 12th, from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. at White Sands Mall in Alamogordo, just inside the Ashley Furniture entrance. Spaying and neutering pets is essential for New Mexico, where we have the highest rate of pet abandonment in the nation. This places a heavy burden on our animals, neighbors, and community at large. By preventing unwanted litters, reducing aggression, minimizing roaming, and lowering the risk of cancers and other health issues, spay-neuter programs help create a safer and more compassionate community. Animal Village is here to help pet owners do the right thing for their pet's health, safety, and happiness. If you're not among the first 10 in line, we'll still offer you a low-cost spay-neuter surgery at a discounted copay of only $65, a savings of hundreds of dollars for families and pet owners, allowing them to keep their pets healthy and at home. To continue providing these essential surgeries and services, we need your support. Please consider making a monthly donation at animalvillagenm.org or by mail at 1202 Sutters Drive, number 564, Ruidoso, New Mexico, 88345. You can also help by bringing gently worn shoes in bags to support our year-round shoe drive fundraiser when you come to register for low-cost services like our spay-neuter program. And we're always looking for volunteers to assist at events with the shoe drive or as board members to help guide Animal Village NM's future. For more information on how to get involved, please contact us at 575-415-8310 or at animalvillagenm@gmail.com. Thank you for standing with us. When you support Animal Village NM, you're helping to build a compassionate, responsible future for our community and the pets we all love. Because they love us, this is Sunny Harris with Animal Village NM.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives, from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Local sports, local events, and local happenings and more. Nonprofit owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.org. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a full book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Santa Fe police officers are searching for 24-year-old Antonio Montejano, who they say shot and killed Rosendo Romero on Sunday following an argument. First responders attempted life-saving efforts, but those were unsuccessful. Montejano is considered armed and dangerous. Muhammad Saeed learned his fate on Friday inside an Albuquerque courtroom. Saeed randomly targeted and killed 3 Muslim men in the summer of 2022. A jury convicted Saeed in March for the murder of Afteb Hussein. Then he took a plea deal for the other 2 murder cases he was still facing. He will not be eligible for parole for at least 30 years, which puts him well north of 80 years of age. 61-year-old Anthony Avalos has been charged for the murder of 46-year-old David Ruiz in Grant County. The New Mexico State Police stated that a 54-year-old woman told authorities her boyfriend, Avalos, shot her while she was driving. He was in a separate vehicle and fled. Another shooting report came in, and that's when police found Ruiz dead on the scene. A woman called the police and stated her estranged husband, again Avalis, had shot her son-in-law. Authorities found him with a handgun. He was taken into custody, then charged with first-degree murder, first-degree attempted murder, and shooting a motor vehicle. 29-year-old Alexandra Romero of Clovis was accused of fatally shooting Javier Jimenez in August of 2023. Last week, the defense presented evidence to the jury that Jimenez was stalking and threatening Romero for months leading to the incident. Romero had reached out to law enforcement for assistance and had a restraining order against Jimenez. They said Jimenez broke into her home and that she acted in self-defense. The jury found her not guilty. It's been more than a month since the state of New Mexico launched an investigation into New Mexico Highlands University after that college had to shut down its science building following reports of strong chemical smells. In the final report, the state says the university had more than a dozen violations on how they stored hazardous waste. The New Mexico Environment Department found 16 different violations to how the college was storing chemicals. Those violations included not labeling waste containers, not disposing of hazardous waste after 90 days, and leaving chemical containers open, which later evaporated.
Over the years, those chemicals had been stored in one of our storage rooms and hadn't been disposed of.
Neil Wolf, the president of NMHU, spoke with KRQE.
So what the report provided was a clear direction and a clear path forward on what we need to do as an institution to make sure that we have the safest building possible for our students.
NMHU says they plan on using future funds to make improvements to the Ivan Hilton Science Building, but it's unclear what those improvements could look like at this time. Homeless veterans is a problem we should strive to correct. How can we live in our heated homes while the freedom that allows us to do so was provided for someone living out in the cold? Nicole Martinez, the executive director of Mesilla Valley Community of Hope, appeared on KRWG.
I think veterans have some unique challenges in terms of things that they've experienced in their time in the military. We do have some veterans that have experienced trauma, post-traumatic stress disorder. So we do make sure that we have interventions where we can assist our veterans that may be suffering from that type of a diagnosis.
If you want to help, the Mesilla Valley Community of Hope is a homeless service in Las Cruces at 999 West Amador, 575-523-2219, or mvcommunityofhope.org. Something to consider that you may find a little uncomfortable, but facts are facts. The Department of Veterans Affairs is at a near $15 billion shortfall. An additional $5 billion would be needed to house the homeless veterans, and $50 billion to update and upgrade the VA hospitals. That comes out to a one-time charge of $70 billion. Combined tax subsidies that religious institutions had taken advantage of were estimated to be the equivalent to around $71 billion per year. Folks, that means if we taxed the churches, the VA could be fixed and there would be no homeless veterans. Just food for thought. Sports and weather are coming up next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There's one match for New Mexico volleyball today. That's Santa Rosa at Raton. 3 games for New Mexico football today. Jal at Raton, Cuba at Loving. Clayton heads to Gateway Christian. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly sunny skies, mostly cloudy tonight, sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 71. Low tonight of 40. High tomorrow, 74 degrees. In Cloudcroft, partly sunny skies today, mostly cloudy tonight. Sunny tomorrow, winds gusting up to 24 miles per hour. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 56. Low tonight of 30. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 23. High tomorrow, 57 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.org, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel. That's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.